Last year, Ultraviolette introduced the updated F77 Mark II, bringing subtle design tweaks, new features, and drivetrain improvements. However, many riders wanted a more comfortable setup, especially since most F77 owners primarily rode within city limits. Enter the F77 Super Street, a refined version of the Mark II with adjusted ergonomics and minor design changes. So, is the Super Street the better choice among the F77 models? Absolutely. The Ultraviolette F77 Mark II has always been a striking machine, and the Super Street stays true to that design. Visually and feature-wise, it remains largely unchanged from the Mark II, with no exclusive new additions. However, it does come in 4 new colors, though distinguishing between the two models requires a sharp eye. The most noticeable differences are the taller, wider handlebar and a redesigned headlight cowl. The rider foot pegs remain the same as before, and the company says this is done to maintain some sense of aggression with the ergonomics. Feature-wise, everything carries over, including 9 levels of regen, 3 levels of traction control, and dynamic stability control as standard on both variants. Ultraviolette also claims that the new headlight cowl improves aerodynamics by 15 to 20% compared to the Mark II. It continues to get the same 5-inch TFT that is now slightly more inclined, offering better legibility. Despite weighing in at 207 kg, the F77 Super Street's ergonomic tweaks have made it a more manageable machine. Compared to the Maxiam Mark II, it feels noticeably easier to maneuver at low speeds, making urban riding less demanding. That said, its weight is still apparent when lifting it off the stand or pushing it around at parky speeds. While the more relaxed riding position offers some clear improvement in comfort, it doesn't drastically alter the overall experience. The suspension setup remains unchanged and is carried over from the Mark II Bahut Habal Hai. However, the new handlebar design reduces weight over the front fork, allowing for slightly more usable suspension travel. Our test ride was limited to a go-kart track and well-paved backroads, but on the occasional rough patch, the Super Street felt a bit more forgiving. Although this might just be because there's less load on your wrists and back, bending remains sharp. And through a series of corners, the bike is just as engaging as before. Like the Ultraviolette F77 Mark II, the new F77 Super Street is available in 2 variants. The base model features a 7.1 kH battery, delivering 36.2 HP and 90 Nm of torque, with an IDC range of 211. The top-spec F77 Super Street Recon, which we rode, comes with a larger 10.3 K of battery, producing 40 HP and 100 Nm of torque, while offering an impressive 323 K IDC range. Riding the Super Street is a unique experience, with ample torque always available on demand. On a tight and technical track like the one we tested on, the throttle felt precise and easy to modulate. With the highest level of regenerative braking engaged, I found myself rarely using the brakes, allowing for a smooth and fast-paced flow through corners. Braking performance is commendable, though the only drawback I noticed was the bike's weight under heavy braking.